Peace, 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 brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, kings and queens. This is part 4 for part 3 series. I told you we was going in deep. We got to find out why the black man and the black woman's relationship is disgusting, and why so many black women are single. Real talk. And black women, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can be with a black man from Africa. You could be with a black man from Cuba. You could be with a black man from Puerto Rico. You could be with a black man from Dominican Republic. You could be with a black man from Australia. He's melanin. The Black Panther movement was around the world. I just showed you that. Don't think that you have to be in a circle to find a man. A black man. You're playing yourself out of position. You got to open up your chi, open up your chakras, your third eye, going into the spiritual world. Because your man might not be in Brooklyn. Your man might be in Queens. Your man might be in North Carolina. Your man might be in South Carolina. Your man might be in Africa. He might not be in Dominican Republic. He might not be from the Virgin Islands. If you can't find somebody, it might be you. It might that you be so goddamn selfish because you believe your religion. Let me break it down for y'all real quick. Here's another issue. And for all y'all want to know, the SHU AMUN RA. SHU AMUN RA. Let's give all respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Amun. All right, now we're going to talk about in this one politics, religion, sex, and money. We're gonna go into religion. These issues between politics, religion, sex, and money has us divided. Another thing we got to understand is this here. I'm gonna break it down to you quick, fast, because when you're not in your spiritual realm or your spiritual conception of who you really are, you in a man-made fiction of religion. One, politics got you divided because they will pronounce what they're going to do for you. They just found a sucker, and I'm sorry. I liked Obama too, but Obama ain't do really nothing for the black people. We ain't move up nowhere. Did you get a raise? Did you get a big raise when Obama was the president? I know some of you like, you disrespected Obama because he was the first black president. See, you don't understand white supremacy. You don't understand it. You ain't gonna understand it because you don't read these books. You don't want to engage to understand what's going on. Understand? What you think, this one black man's gonna come in here and transform everything upside down? Hell no. He gotta go protocol. He got his wife and kids. But that's the road he took. Alright, now. You and I both know that politics don't help you for so much. Because the black man and the black woman, especially the black man, he gets the last of whatever crumbs is left over. Real talk. Let's talk about sex. They've got so many black men sleep with all these white women. Because I tell you right now, real talk, if you in a certain part of the country, Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Indiana, certain parts of those, or even in America, not America, here in the States, New York, if you're in certain neighborhoods, they're going to try to hurt you, black man. They're gonna try to hurt you, black woman. When you go outside the state, and it's supposed to be America, the 52 states, you go outside there in the wrong part. They gonna put a rope around your neck and take you out. Real talk. Cause you wanna have sex with these women. And these women are so liberal. Oh, I wanna have sex with the black man. I wanna have his babies. Why you wanna have babies with a black man for? Because I'm gonna tell you something. How phony that is. And I mean that. If you go into a white neighborhood or a neighborhood that's mixed, you're not gonna see black, like an average of 10%, 30% of black people hanging with white folks. It don't work like that. You'll see 1 or 2 blacks with 20 or 30 white folks, and you thinking that's a whole brigade. That ain't a whole brigade. It's just not even a percentage. And you know 1 or 2 of them white boys is fucking the shit out of her. Excuse my French or my language. It's facts. Same thing if it's a dude. You got to understand the game. Black guys with the white woman, he was surrounded by 15 different white folks, male and female. He got to act right. He can't be his natural self. If he's like disrespecting the cursor, they kill him. You see, some of you don't want to get that to your head because you don't understand racism. So you think people walking around here, they ain't calling you niggas and shit. You think because people walking around here calling you by your name and, oh, I don't believe in the N-word, so you think they're not racist? Let me give you about white supremacy real quick. White supremacy, you never see it coming. White supremacy is have flipped the game, and now they're more mentally. They're more secretive of the game. They sit there right in your face, look you in your face. Trust me. I see it every day because I learned the book. I studied the book. And then I allow my frequency to flow naturally to be able to identify these people. Huh? Some white folks don't like you. For real. Now, money, go back 50 years. We go back 50 years. 50 years. The black man wasn't making no money like that. He wasn't making that money. The money he made, those black people stayed with other black people. Remember that book that I showed you, The Renaissance? I'll be right back. I gotta refresh your memory. Okay, now, I had showed you, if you remember the video, if you watched it, and not that I want you to follow me or nothing like that. I only put these messages out here to wake some of you out. For some of you sleepers, you deep sleep. But anyway, this book is called The Untold Story of Smoketown, the Other Great Black Renaissance. These black people, back in the 20s and the 30s, when they made their money, they opened up clubs in Harlem, Chicago, Detroit, Pittsburgh, They hung around their own peoples. You wasn't seeing no man who made a bunch of money and he walking all proud with this white woman. You ain't see that. The black man wasn't gonna disrespect. The only one that was like, who was out there was Jack Johnson. Now we got to keep it real. Jack Johnson. Sorry. Jack Johnson did it. Jack Johnson was one of them who married a white woman, but that white woman was Europe. She was from Europe. He was the heavyweight champion in the world. I believe in the 20s and the 30s. Let me get a picture of Jack Johnson so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna show you a small little clip of Jack Johnson so you get a better understanding of what I'm about to tell you. The difference between a lot of black people. But Jack Johnson did what he did, married a white woman, to spit that shit in white folks' face. Understand that? That's how he thought. He wasn't parading around her in front of black people and saying, look, I got this white woman. He did that to spit in the white man's face. Understand the philosophy why he did it. But before him, there was another man that did that. Frederick Douglass, he did it too. He married his second wife, who was a white woman. But let's go to Jack Johnson.
The limelight and the controversy which surrounded him. He was born in 1878, a black man living in a country ruled by white people. In 1908, Johnson became the first African-American to win the world heavyweight boxing crown. The film of his fight against Canadian Tommy Burns was stopped before Johnson's knockout punch. Many argue it was done to shield viewers from the sight of a black man beating a white man. Johnson generated just as much, if not more, publicity outside the boxing ring. He refused to hide his relationships with white women, which many found outrageous in the US at a time of widespread racial segregation. It would prove to be his undoing. In 1912, Chicago police arrested Johnson for violating the Mann Act. The federal legislation banned the transportation of women across state borders for immoral purposes, a law intended to stop young girls from being lured into prostitution. But federal agents were determined to use it against Johnson in a prosecution many saw as punishment for a high-profile black man having a relationship with a white woman. Belle Schreiber testified against him, a white prostitute who had also been Johnson's girlfriend on and off for 4 years. Johnson pleaded not guilty but was convicted and sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in prison. After his release, Johnson tried to renew his boxing career but never regained his title nor his fearsome reputation. He died in a car crash in 1946 at the age of 68.
We need to erase this act of racism that sent an American citizen to prison on a trumped-up charge.
McCain was behind similar unsuccessful attempts to pass legislation on a pardon for Johnson in 2004 and 2008. McCain's renewed push this year could see Johnson pardoned by Barack Obama, the man who defeated McCain in last year's general election and became the first black president of the United States. Jack Johnson would approve. Kath Turner, Al Jazeera.
Now, as you can see, brothers and sisters, Frederick Douglass, excuse me, we'll get to him next. Jack Johnson married some white women and also had plenty of white women. He was going across country getting these white women. But the end results end up where? As we see it today. And in those days, the early 1900s, they had a law. They had a law for black men. You mess with these white women, this is what you're going to get. Mess this career up at the end of the day. Now, the white women, they love that. He's the heavyweight champion of the world, big black man. Everything else big, you know what I'm talking about. You know? Shit, they want to eat too. They want to live good, eat good, walk around with good clothing, a roof over their head. Sound familiar? We need to stop playing games. Many different issues. Huh? But I'm going to tell you one thing, what they don't want to tell you though, is that Jack Johnson, he did that. Because if you ever read his autobiography or any documentaries, he clearly stated that. Jack stated he was messaging women just to put it in white man's face that he can do it. And he did it. But the end result was, hey nigga, you think you gonna go to country and mess with our women? Well, this is what we're gonna do to you. Now I know we living in 2008, 18. A lot of you go, oh, it's all about love. It's all about love. Really think so? The only ones I can say is all about love is the ones who've been married for 10, 20, 30 years and have babies and dealt with relationship and dealt with the long suffering that I was talking about earlier. Long suffering. That's a whole different ballgame. That interracial, you ain't interracial no more. That's your wife. You've been with her for 10, 20, 30 years because you dealt with all kinds of stuff. Ain't nobody got nothing to say with that. That means you really was in love with that person. Not sexually, not financially, psychologically, you was in love with that person. And if your frequency went that way, who are we to say that? We didn't walk that path. This is where, certain things got to be flipped the script for a moment. Because if that white woman, and I've watched a lot of videos, and I've seen some of these interracial couples who've been together 20, 30 years, 40 years, and they ain't asked you for nothing. They ain't say, they talking about we were struggling, but I loved him so much, so I stayed with him. My parents disowned me. She, her only family was his family, or vice versa. It happens. So we can sit up here and talk about all this information, but it does happen. But the average cool, that white woman don't want to be with you like that. That white woman want to have sex with you because that is her dream. That's her desire. And now, black men making all this millions of dollars. You think she can? She gonna hook herself up, plastic surgery, and do all these things to get in your face. And she gonna play docile. Here's the word, docile. She gonna become docile because she needs your money to help her live a certain kind of lifestyle. Here we go again. This is why I bring the book Smoketown. It's about Pittsburgh. It was like, it's unbelievable. Smoketown, you had so many different celebrities back in the 1940s. But they all was around each other. All of them. You had some great celebrities who opened up smoke shops, jazz clubs. Huh? I showed you that before. Yeah, Martin Luther King. He used to do a lot of meetings in 1966. Pittsburgh, 1966. Huh? Understand the reason why I'm showing you these pictures. Jackie Robinson. Huh? Here's Jackie. Pittsburgh. I'm showing you these people for a reason. They fight the fight, the great fight. But they marry other black people. Understand that. Huh? You remember Jackie Robinson, the movie? You remember the writer, Teddy Harrison? And his light, meter speed graphics, camera, street of Pittsburgh? Huh? Understand the political movement I want to get into Frederick Douglass. He married himself a white man, but get this book, y'all, Smoketown by Mark Whitaker. It's talking about Pittsburgh in the early 1900s and how a lot of black celebrities had opened up their own businesses and were successful. And yes, we must be honest, some of them was not successful. Bad management. But understand what I'm talking about with dealing with politics, religion, sex, and money. This is the reason why I'm showing you these different things. Okay? I'm gonna also, we're gonna go into Frederick Douglass real quick. And then from there, I'm gonna show you different DVDs for you to buy. So bear with me. We're gonna get into Frederick Douglass. And he wanted to marry a white woman. That was his second wife. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, I'm Ted and I'm here to give you another fast fact. And for today's fast fact, we will discuss Frederick Douglass's second marriage. Now, Frederick Douglass had married Anna Murray Douglass way back before he began his career. They met when he had been apprenticed out to a Baltimore ship caulker. And after he made a flight from Freedom, she joined him in the North. They had a very long, successful, and fruitful marriage. They have 5 children together, 4 of whom survived to adulthood. But she died. She died in 1884. And Douglass, heartbroken that he was, bitterly divided his family and his friendships, his followers, tarnished his reputation, and even more basically just aroused controversy by his decision to marry for a second time. Now, it wasn't his decision to marry that arose all the controversies, that arose all this discord. It was his choice of a second wife. His choice for a second wife was a woman named Helen Pitts, who was the daughter of white abolitionist friends of his, and the marriage was just, while a success, it was a success between the two members of the marriage, between the husband and the wife, though it was childless, was fulfilling for him in his last years of life, but was really just met with disapproval by those closer to them. That would be her parents and his children. Douglass, after his death, his estate was teetering on the verge of bankruptcy, and his wife actually made appeals to a number of institutions, to a number of personal friends of his, and people who were just generally well disposed to Frederick Douglass, who were still reasonably well disposed to Frederick Douglass, to help her save it. And the response they all sent her was that, yes, they would do what they can to save the home and to protect the legacy of the Sage of Anacostia, as Frederick Douglass was referred to. But they did not want her involved. In order to protect his legacy, she would have to exclude herself from everything. And indeed, Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. is still preserved. Indeed, those people that she reached out to came in and preserved the legacy and the memory of Frederick Douglass. But the price of all that was that she would be excluded, and that Douglass's life would be sort of edited. His second marriage will be edited out. His defense of his second marriage will be edited out, and that this controversy will sort of be put behind them. And then you guys have it. That is my quick, fast fact on the second marriage of Frederick Douglass. It still remains a very divisive topic, a very divisive issue to broach amongst people who have admiration for Frederick Douglass, or people who study history as well. A lot of people are really unaware that he had a second marriage, let alone that his second marriage was interracial. But it was, and it's still bitterly divides even in conversations now. It's not something that one just walks into with someone who studied Frederick Douglass, or someone who was an Afrocentric or even a Eurocentric. It's very divisive, a very heated topic to bring up. But hope you guys found it enlightening, entertaining, and insightful. Has always hit like, subscribe, and comment. And really, let me know what you thought about Frederick Douglass's second marriage. As always, I'm Ted, and I'll see you guys next time for another Fast Fact.
Okay, y'all. I want you to see that's his second wife. It's Frederick Douglass' second wife. Okay? It's Frederick Douglass. As you can see, there's Frederick Douglass again. But we just want to I want you to see the photographic picture of his second wife. Okay, so you can tell he's an older man and she's younger. So let's get, I hope you got a little educational learning lesson about that interracial, because somehow, even in the end, it still wind up being messy. But once again, Frederick Douglass wasn't the only one interracial. You had James Earl Jones. You don't believe it, huh? So I'm going to show you James Earl Jones. He married a white woman. He ain't the only one. Sidney Poitier, he did it too. But let me show you James Earl Jones real quick. Another celebrity, black celebrity. There's his wife. But he ain't the only one. Richard Pryor did it too. Some of y'all probably don't know that. Richard Pryor had a white woman too. I believe he married her. I'll be right back. Hold on.
There really is a difference between white women and black women. And I've dated both. Yes, I have. Black women get on you right. What? Yeah, see, already. So. Right on. Ain't gonna give me no pussy, but right on. Right on, motherfucker. Beg me. I'd rather you not had no pussy, you gotta fuck a white woman. Now, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck. But white women take more shit. Like you be at home, you know, and shit. You get ready to go out, and you say, I'm going out, baby. Take it easy. Okay. Have fun. Toodaloo.
Brothers and sisters, you see, I made a mistake. He wasn't married to a white woman. Or was he? Wait, I gotta know. I might not be right. I might not be wrong, I mean. But anyway, he dated a lot of white women, and you heard the small clip. He did blacks and white, and a lot of people didn't, really didn't find like it was a problem. He didn't hear about that, because the people he ran with in his circle deal with comedians and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That was like a wild lifestyle in the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s. But anyway, does it give him an excuse? It depends on your opinion and how you feel. But in the end, you're gonna deal with it. So what I want to do now, before I get off here, because this series ain't over yet. Probably got one more series of next week. What I'll do now is show you some videos that you need to buy to help us learn about the black man and the black woman and somehow get back together. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of us will get back together. Some of us will help the future. But there's a great percentage, the way this system of things have manipulated and literally transcend, like, oh, we all together, we all one big melting pot. We all together, you can fuck whoever you want to fuck, you can live whatever you want to live. This is what they want you to believe. Excuse my foul language. Because this is what they want you to believe. And it's all an exercise to downgrade the black man, to take his seed and not to produce another full-blooded black child. Understand it? Some of you right now probably saying, you crazy because you ain't did your research. You think because you comfortable, you think because you walking around here comfortable, you got a little money in your pocket, everything is fine and dandy. Excuse me. No, it's not. Conspiracy. I told you white supremacist system have went into the thinking process. They don't bring it wide open no more. They got soldiers. You know what they do. You think that white woman ain't no soldier? All right. Like some of them football players who be in college and they want that football player, that black stud. They tell them white females to mess with them black boys so they can stay at them schools so they can perform for them. Now this thing is deep. But anyway, you ever see this movie Sankofa? Sankofa. It's about a black model who forgot who she was. She forgot her heritage. But guess what? She'll learn a valuable lesson. Sankofa. Alright? Don't get it twisted. Dr. Ben speaks on religion. Dr. Ben Yosef Jehonahan. Get that video. Get it. About religion. Religion helped destroy the black man and the black woman. And if you think it ain't, you are fooling yourself. Here's one right here. Ushaka Mosa. Will the real Jesus stand up? What Jesus you talking about? You want to talk about black Jesus? You want to talk about white Jesus? You want to talk about Mexican Jesus? You want to talk about Japan Jesus? You want to talk about Korean Jesus? Because that's what they got. And ain't none of these are real. Huh? The Black Panthers vanguard of the revolutionary. Huh? Here's another one you need to get. The new Jim Crow mass incarceration. Huh? Get these videos. Stop playing games. Huh? The psycho-endemic Holocaust, special education, and ADHD war against the black boys. Y'all think it's a game? It ain't no game up in here. It's just real. Huh? Get these videos. Huh? The miseducation of black women. Huh? Get it. Get it. I'm SHU AMUN RA. You ain't gonna learn this in church. You ain't gonna learn this in church. And that ain't to put them down because they're not trying to think about that. They gonna tell you, behave yourself, act a certain kind of way, and stuff like that, but you got to re-educate your mind. Huh? Understand that. Get it. Marcus Garvey. Huh? Eating. The way you gotta eat. That's big too. We're gonna be on top of that topic next week. Huh? All that breaks down the black man and the black woman. Real talk.